Recap in minutes. We are going to enjoy a 2020 war and drama movie entitled, The Sacrifice. There will be spoilers ahead in this video, so chill out and enjoy. The movie begins with the scenes of the Korean War of 1950. The American forces were maneuvering in North Korea. North Korea asks the Chinese army for help and they fight alongside North Koreans. This movie tells the story of a battle called Kumsong, in the war of the Chinese and Koreans against the Americans. This story has three perspectives. A perspective from the infantryman, second perspective from the American pilot Hill, and a third perspective from defenders of the bridge with AA guns. It has a short fourth perspective from the bridge too. The first perspective of the soldiers begins, when a Chinese division named Yanshan Unit was hiding in the bushes. They were near the Kumsong River to defend the front line. An infantryman of the unit, Xiao Hu, hears the cannon shots and tells his officer about this. His officer mocks him, saying how he could be able to listen to the cannon shots from tens of kilometers away. He also says that it might be a thunderstorm across the river. Xiao again argues that the war has started again at the bridge. The commander shuts him up. Suddenly, someone from the company announces that all the men get up and hurry to cross the Kumsong River in only 1 hour. The whole unit starts running towards the strategic bridge of the Kumsong River. On their way into the forest, a horse rider stops them after hearing the approaching B-52 warplanes of the American Air Force. He orders them to take cover. After that, they hear explosions nearby. This 8th Company of the Yanshan Unit got the news of the explosions on the radio. The radio operator girls reconnect with the engineering company of the Yanshan Division. The officer on the radio orders them to stay where they are, because the bridge was collapsed after the bombings. They stop there and wait for the next orders from the colonel. After some time, the engineering company of the division observe the repair activities on the bridge and ask the men to cross the river. In the next scene, a man enters the 8th Company running, and informs Lieutenant Lao Gao about the latest developments in the plan. He tells him the orders from the colonel to reach the Kumsong River Bridge before 6 in the morning. He also informs him that his division would be the last to cross the bridge, while being under the engineering command. He further explains that if anything happens at the bridge, they would be repairing it at once under the command of the engineering company. He worries a little bit because of being at the end of the unit, but assures him to follow the orders. He orders all of his 3 squads to pick their gears up to get ready for repairing the bridge. A commander Lu Hao argues with Lieutenant Lao on agreeing to be at last at crossing the bridge. Lao reasons to him that this is the call of duty to fight the enemy. If they do not fix the bridge, they will not be able to fight. After some time, when the infantrymen from the Yanshan unit were crossing the bridge, their tower guy alerts everyone about American warplanes coming. Lieutenant Lao orders everyone to take cover in the forest, while planes drop bombs on them. The bombs killed their infantrymen as well as injuring many. Their fellow men ask for medical help in this chaos. Lieutenant Lao looks at the site and observes that the bridge might have collapsed again. Meanwhile, the radio operator girls tell him that they have lost communication with the bridge engineering company. They ask him to go some higher place to get connected with the engineering company again. They also tell him that at higher altitudes, the signals will not be scrambled and send the intel to them from there. He grants them permission to go up and send Lu Hao, and 2 men with them. At night, the engineering company starts work on the bridge again to fix it, while the other infantrymen of the Yanshan unit guard them. After some time, when they get their positions on the hilltop, they suspect the noise in the air. Suddenly a warplane hit one of their hideouts, while the engineering company targets the plane with their anti-aircraft gun. They started fixing the bridge again after this attack. The radio operator Girlson informs Lieutenant Lao that the company can cross the bridge in 10 minutes because the wooden work on the bridge is almost done. Then, Lieutenant Lao orders Lu to watch out for the enemy jets while they will be crossing the bridge. He assures him to follow the orders. When the bridge assembled, all the infantrymen of the 2nd Company of the unit starts to gather to cross the river. While Lu's squad was put in the position at the hilltop to watch any incoming aircraft. Suddenly Commander Lu sees a fighter jet in the sky through his binoculars. He connects to radio operator Sin and asks her to turn the lights off at the bridge. He conveys this message to his Lieutenant Lao too, and alerts the gunners with his torchlight. After this, the gunners of the 2nd AA spot, who were supposed to be unexposed, light up their position to attract the aircraft. Commander Lu gets shocked and worried about them in this suicidal act. Lu leaves his position on the hill and comes to the bridge, and asks Lieutenant Lao to let him go to the other side. He was just listening to him when the delayed action bombs exploded under the water, which killed and injured the men on the bridge. Everyone was crying for help while Lu was searching for Lao. He also saw radio comrade Sin injured there. He opened fire at the jet desperately when it appeared again on them. Suddenly he was stopped by Lao, who was severely wounded. He orders him to fix the bridge only and not to care for him. After some time, the second perspective of the pilot hill begins. The two American pilots were flying their jets over the Kumsong River. One of them got hit by AA guns from the ground, and the pilot hill flew away because his plane was out of ammunition at that moment. Another pilot, Smith, joins him minutes later, and on the assessment of the bridge, they find it fixed again. He immediately starts complaining about the war and the Chinese. That pilot was also surprised at the passion of the Chinese army, who kept repairing the bridge soon after the bombardments. They left that airspace asking M155 to attack the bridge. In the next scene, air traffic control launches the M155 attacks on the bridge and the surroundings. The second pilot confirms the collapse of the bridge to the ATC and they return to the base. Suddenly, Pilot Hill turns back. He attacked the Chinese Yanshan unit, calling it his leisure time. The Chinese engineering company retaliates, and fires at him with an AA gun. Hill got hit on his way back. The second pilot, Smith, finds him injured and asks him to return to the base immediately. In the meantime, they see Chinese missiles named Katyusha flying over their heads. They hit their American frontline base across the hills. In the next scene, the pilot Hill was returning to the bridge site with the bombs attached to his jet. He was being warned to return to the base immediately, but he turned off the radio. When he reaches the bridge, he encircles the AA gunners on the ground and fires at them. He kills them and goes away from there. He turns on his radio again and tells them that both AA guns have been destroyed. The ATC orders B-29 bombers to show up now. That plane appears over the head of the pilot Hill. When they go towards the strategic position of the Chinese at the bridge, Hill notices that the second AA gun has not been destroyed there yet. He lowered his jet to attack them, but was hit by them first and got killed. The B-29 bomber pilot informs ATC about the incident, and they order him to raise the altitude and keep circling the area. Now, the third perspective starts here, when the engineering company fixes the bridge in the morning, and Lieutenant Yen orders the tower man to flag permission for the troops to cross the bridge. At the same moment, two bomber planes appear in the sky. The first AA gunners get ready to fire on the planes. Lieutenant Lao Guan takes control of the gun and shoots one plane down, while Lieutenant Lao was firing on the second plane. His subordinate Zhang refused to reload the ammo. He was continuously telling Lao Guan that he has got only 28 rounds. When Lao Guan asked him why he did not load the ammunition, he said, "You are not the company commander." Lieutenant Lao rebuked him for this act, and said he is just a private but still senior to everyone there. Zhang then steals his tobacco powder and runs to the hidden AA gun in the bushes. He counts the crewmen and missiles there. He actually comes there to get missiles for the first AA gunners but could not find enough. One of the gun crew members gives him the cooked corn, and then he leaves. When the subordinate Zhang comes back to the first AA post, Lieutenant Guan asks him to go back and guard that gun too. He insists that in that way they would be able to fire the aircraft together. But he refuses and says that they should switch positions. When Lao Guan asks, then Zhang says this place is compromised, so he should not take risk of his life here. While Lao argues that this place has a clear view and he can fire without any hurdles in the way, Zhang requests that he should not be stubborn and save his life for the time the company crosses the river. Guan asks him if he will give him 10 missiles, and Zhang agrees. At this moment he gets emotional and does not go back. There Zhang gives that corn to Guan and leaves towards the second anti-aircraft gun. On his way, he whistled to get ready for the attack of the aircraft, while the company was crossing the bridge. After that, some long-range howitzers attacked the bridge. After some time, at night, the warplane of Pilot Hill came again. He kills the first gunner crew including Lieutenant Lao Guan. The second Lieutenant Zhang buries him, while the delayed action bombs start their timings to explode in the water. Pilot Hill comes again in the skies above the bridge. Commander Liu sends the signals through the torch to Zhang, alerting him and his gunners to get ready to shoot this plane down. While Zhang and his gunners take positions on the gun, and load the tracers and ammo, they shoot fire in the sky to locate the plane. When they failed to find the plane of the Pilot Hill, Commander Zhang ordered his crew members to light up their hidden place. Commander Liu says that they are on a suicide mission after this act of lighting up the place. Pilot Hill comes into their sight and fires them from his aircraft. It kills all of Zhang's men while the plane was also shot down. Commander Zhang gets wounded in this fight, while the delayed action bombs detonate in the water. He loses his leg and arm and walks through the bushes to reach the first anti-aircraft gun. He lights up his position to the warplanes and sings a patriotic war song. After that, Pilot Hill comes again with his plane and a B-29 bomber plane. Zhang fires at them with the help of a stick and ultimately kills the pilot. He tries to whistle but he could not and sees the attack on the bridge again. After some time, The fourth and last perspective begins in the morning. Pilot Smith was ordered by ATC to go back to the bridge and see further activities there. He says they have just bombed the bridge half an hour ago, so there would not be any activity on the bridge. The ATC orders him again to go back to the bridge because they have observed some kind of movement on the bridge. When he came to the bridge while flying at a low altitude, he saw the Chinese infantrymen crossing the bridge again. He asks ATC to send bomber support immediately while circling the bridge. He saw a human bridge down there and was impressed by the skills and patriotism of the Chinese. The Chinese men have lifted the planks of the bridge on their shoulders. The remaining army crosses the bridge on these lifted up planks. The movie ends when the bomber's support of Pilot Smith arrives there. They drop bombs on the human bridge at the Kumsong River. The Chinese army did not care about the bombs around them and crossed the bridge after a while. Thanks for watching. Subscribe recap in minutes for more videos like this. And to help the channel grow,